In October 1998, Hurricane Mitch struck Central America, leaving a trail of destruction and heartache. This hurricane may not have been as famous as others in the United States, but its impact was devastating. The storm originated in the Caribbean Sea, gaining strength and momentum as it approached the coast of Honduras. While hurricanes are common in this region, Mitch was different. This hurricane became the second deadliest on record, claiming approximately 11,000 lives and causing widespread destruction across Honduras and Nicaragua. The disaster not only took lives but also left countless people homeless, erasing decades of progress in these countries. Hurricane Mitch's journey began when a tropical wave moved off the coast of Africa on October 10th. It traveled across the Atlantic and eventually formed into Tropical Depression 13 on October 22nd over the southwestern Caribbean Sea. This storm initially seemed to be heading toward the Yucatan Peninsula, but shifted directions unexpectedly, making its way toward Honduras. The hurricane took its time, pausing for 2 days over Honduras and unleashing relentless rainfall that would have catastrophic effects. In the end, Mitch became more than just a storm. It was a natural disaster that tested the resilience of communities and governments in Central America. Hurricane Mitch formed due to a combination of factors that created favorable conditions for a tropical storm. After developing into Tropical Storm Mitch on October 23rd, it quickly intensified. As the storm moved slowly northward, it encountered warm waters and good outflow, which allowed it to strengthen into a hurricane on October 24th. By October 25th, Mitch became a major hurricane, and just a day later, it was classified as a Category 5 hurricane, with maximum sustained winds reaching 180 miles per hour. As the hurricane approached, governments across Central America sprang into action. The Honduran government evacuated about 100,000 people from vulnerable coastal areas, especially from the Bay Islands. Belize issued a purple alert, urging citizens in offshore islands to seek safety on the mainland. Guatemala also prepared for the storm, warning residents to stay in port and seek shelter. Many people heeded these warnings, evacuating to safer locations. Despite these precautions, the sheer size and intensity of Mitch would soon overwhelm these efforts. As October 29th approached, residents braced for impact, unaware of the devastation that awaited them. On October 29th, Hurricane Mitch made landfall in Honduras, with winds of 80 miles per hour. However, the storm's most damaging feature was not just its winds, but the torrential rain that it brought. For 2 days, Mitch poured down rain at an astonishing rate, sometimes up to 4 inches an hour. The slow-moving storm caused rivers to overflow and landslides to sweep across the mountainous regions. The effects were catastrophic. Many people lost their homes to flooding and mudslides, while roads and infrastructure were destroyed. During this time, reports of the disaster flooded in from various areas. In Honduras, entire communities were submerged and many people became trapped in their homes. The situation in Nicaragua was no less dire. One mudslide alone claimed the lives of 2,000 individuals. The destruction was overwhelming, and in the days that followed, the death toll climbed steadily. By the time the storm began to lose its strength, the damage was already immense, with estimates of over $5 billion in losses. The disaster's impact would be felt for years, affecting countless lives and changing the landscape of the region forever. After Hurricane Mitch passed, the landscape of Central America was forever altered. The natural environment bore the brunt of the storm's fury. Rivers that once flowed calmly became raging torrents, causing unprecedented flooding. In some areas, rainfall totals reached 36 inches, leading to massive mudslides that buried homes and communities. The flora and fauna suffered immensely. The hurricane uprooted trees and destroyed vast areas of vegetation, particularly in Honduras. One island, Guanaja, was left almost entirely barren, as winds exceeding 125 miles per hour tore through it. The aftermath of the hurricane was marked not only by physical destruction, but also by a humanitarian crisis. Many people lost their homes, livelihoods, and loved ones. In addition to the immediate destruction, the storm also brought about outbreaks of diseases such as cholera, leptospirosis, and dengue fever. The lack of clean water and adequate shelter allowed these diseases to spread rapidly, further compounding the tragedy. The people of Central America faced an uphill battle to recover from the devastation. Hurricane Mitch is remembered as one of the deadliest and most destructive hurricanes in history, leaving a lasting impact on Central America. The storm destroyed decades of progress in Honduras and Nicaragua, with President Carlos Roberto Flores stating that it wiped out 50 years of development in Honduras alone. Countries around the world responded with aid, contributing a staggering $6 billion to assist in recovery efforts. This funding was crucial for rebuilding infrastructure and supporting communities in need. In the years that followed, the effects of Hurricane Mitch remained evident. Many people were forced to rebuild their lives from scratch, while some took the opportunity to construct stronger, more resilient homes. The economic situation in the region remained fragile. The loss of agricultural land and livelihoods pushed many families into poverty. Hurricane Mitch served as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities faced by communities in the path of natural disasters. The storm not only claimed lives, but also reshaped the future of the region, prompting governments to take measures to improve disaster preparedness and response in hopes of preventing such a catastrophe from occurring again.